Driving through the streets of Sumner, Georgia, everything seemed exactly the same as before I left. The same shops and banks lined the center of town, with people walking through the streets without a care in the world. They were free, just like I was, and how I was going to stay. Good people lived here. They were honest people. Well, for the most part. When the outsiders came in, that's when we had problems. Unfortunately, I've been kept in the dark about most of what was going on with the club. When Ma came to visit, she never discussed the brothers, and I never asked. People were always listening to us, and neither of us could risk it. I didn't know the good or the bad of what was going on, and I felt quite lost. Ma would only say that my family loved me. I knew that. What I didn't know was what I would walk into once I got to the shop and the club. It was a bit unnerving, but I couldn't let that show. I'd never show any weakness. Ever. Pulling up to the locked gates with barbed wire lacing the top, the smile that was plastered on my face was irreversible. I was finally home. A man I'd never seen before, wearing a prospect rag, came to the side of the window.
"Hey, Casey, you working today?"
Smiling widely at him, she reached over and grabbed my hand, squeezing it tightly. He was pretty hot for a newbie prospect. His dark hair hung low, covering his ears, but not quite down to his shoulders. His brown eyes were the color of chocolate, matching the smoothness of his voice. His nose looked like it had taken one too many beatings over the years and hadn't been set quite right. He had a very hot, dangerous persona. Squeezing Casey's hand back to let her know I understood his hotness, she finally spoke. "Hey, Tug, I brought Harlow home." Tug looked me up and down, eyeing me. "Get a good look there, bud?" I said with my signature smirk that I knew would make him putty in my hands.
"Sure thing, sweetheart. So you're the famous princess, huh?"
Rolling my eyes, I turned to face the windshield, already done with the conversation. Spending your entire life trying to prove something wrong was exhausting, and I knew everyone here would be calling me that word. "Let's go," I said, snapping my fingers in front of me, pointing to the gate.